In this tutorial, we're going to look at the volume module for Construction Calc Pro, available on iOS and Android. So let's go ahead and click right on into the volumes in the geometry section. That's going to bring up our volumes module. Let's reset it so we're zeroed out. What this module allows us to do is it allows us to calculate the volumes of various shapes and also compound calculate various shapes, so we can do a number of different shapes and get a compounded value as well. And we can reuse those numbers in the other modules because they're all saved. All the results are saved in the calculator's history. So, as you can see under the shape drop-down box, there's quite a few shapes we can work with, including some quite complicated ones. But today we're going to look at calculating some concrete fill for some sonotubes. So let's go to a cylinder. And the first sonotubes we're going to do are for light standards. So they're going to be rather large. We're going to go with a 6-foot height and a 1-foot diameter. So we go ahead and click the height text field and our calculator is going to come up. This allows us to enter our inch-feet values or our meter-centimeter values, or do a calculation and exit out of here, and that'll be our height value for our sonotube. So we're going to do a 6-foot sonotube, but just to show you that we can actually do a calculation here, we're going to go 4 feet plus 2 feet, which of course will give us 6 feet. We'll hit the back button on our phone, and that'll put 6 feet into the height of our sonotube. Now we're going to go to our diameter, and we're going to enter 12 inches for a diameter of our sonotube. It's going to change it to 1 foot, but it's the same thing. So you'll see now we have a 6-foot high, 12-inch sonotube. We're going to click on our quantity now, and we're going to go ahead and do 12 light standards. We're going to leave our result unit in cubic yards because our concrete company expects that. But we can also change it to quite a few other different volumes. But we'll keep it in cubic yards. Now that we have all our numbers input, we're going to go ahead and click the equals button. And it's going to give us the volume per sonotube, which is 0.17 cubic yards. It's going to give us a number of sonotubes that we're calculating, 12. It's going to give us the volume of all 12 of them, which is 2.09 cubic yards. And it's going to give us a total volume. This is actually a running volume of calculations that we're doing since the last reset. Right now we're on our first calculation, so it's still at 2.09. It's matching our volume of all. But let's say we also have some bullard lights going in around the building, which are using much smaller sonotubes. So we'll dismiss this for now. These results are saved, and they're actually in the calculator history as well, so we can reuse them in other modules. We can also email these values to a guy in the field that's actually ordering the concrete. So let's hit dismiss for now. And let's calculate some bullards. And let's say those are 4-foot sonotubes, and they're a 6-inch sonotube. So we'll go ahead and enter our 4-foot height. Hit the back button. We get 4 feet in here. And now we'll hit our diameter of 6-inch now. This time it'll keep it in inches. And we'll enter a quantity again. This time we'll enter 34. Lots of bullard lights going all around the building. Keep our cubic yards, and we'll hit equals again. And we'll see now that it's giving us our volume per shape, or per sonotube, our 34 of them, which we entered, and our volume of all is, well, pretty darn near 1 cubic yard. And it's added it to our other calculation. So now we know that we have a total of 3.08 cubic yards to fill the light standards and the bullard lights. And this value is going to be available to us through our calculator module to work with it in other modules. So again, we could email this to a guy in the field, but for now we're going to dismiss. We're going to go out of this module and just show, so hit the back button, just show you that if we do go into the calculator at this point and we go into history, well, we've got to make sure this is on history because we can cycle this view. But if it's on history and we hit the list, we're going to see that all the calculations we did in the concrete module are all here now. So we can actually reuse these values within the calculator itself, or, and this will actually give us a more precise value, or we can reuse it in other modules. So it's there for us. It's all saved automatically. And that's about it for the volumes module. Thanks for watching.